Allow me to talk briefly about something that I learned from my pastor some years ago, and I want to put it into the context of our life experiences. I want to share this because I believe it is important for you and me to understand, especially during times of life crisis. Sometimes during crisis in this life, whether personal, domestic, national, or even international, we wonder if God cares. It's even possible to conclude that God is silent about what is happening. That was my understanding of what I believed before I became a Christian. Even today, it bothers me when I am seriously pressed by severe circumstances or situations. And I assume we all experience difficulties in different circumstances in this life, to the point of even doubting if God cares. Sometimes we question why God can't remove this experience from us. That does not mean that God is not there, and it doesn't mean that He is silent. But sometimes things do happen because we make choices. Our leaders in the nation make choices. Internationally, the nations make choices. And sometimes things do happen, and God allows those things to happen so that we might learn through them and maybe come to trust, to believe and trust in God. So sometimes things do happen, but that doesn't mean that God is silent. It doesn't mean that God is not there. I have a question for you and me. Was Jesus silent when He was being crucified? Was God the Father silent when the Son was being crucified? Whatever your answer, you are correct according to your understanding, but it might be wrong according to the scriptures. I won't blame you. I was the same years ago, but now my mind and my heart are open. I know, I believe, and I witness that God is never silent, and God is always there. He knows everything. He knows what is happening, and sometimes He allows things to happen because of our choices. Why do I make this crucial claim? Because I think the Bible has answers to many questions in this life if only we read it with an open mind and an open heart. Allow me to explain the character of a passive-active God briefly. I want to draw some examples from the scriptures, especially around the scriptures about crucifixion of Jesus Christ. When Jesus was being crucified, He was actively and passively involved. He allowed Himself willingly to be crucified. And when He was being crucified, He was also actively atoning for our sins. To onlookers, He seemed silent and doing nothing, but divinely, He was actively doing something eternal for them. You may not be convinced enough, and you are wondering, what is this man talking about? You might be asking yourself, why did Jesus cry and question God on the cross? Why have you abandoned me? I don't claim to know everything, and I'm not lying. The words of Jesus represent the pain of human suffering.